What's up guys, welcome back. So today I wanted to cover some stuff about sine rule and specifically how to find a side using sine rule. So let's get into it. Alright, so you've seen here, I've written the formula out. A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. Now, what you just need to know is little a and little b represent the sides and big A and big B represent the angles. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. Now what we're going to do with this diagram is we're just going to label the sides with little a and little b. It doesn't matter which one's which. And what we want to do is we're going to say the angle opposite little a is going to be big A. So just label that there. And then likewise the angle opposite side B is going to be big B. Now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute into this formula, so let's go and do that. So A is equal to 3.6 over sine A, which is sine 22 degrees. And that's equal to little b, which is y, over sine big B, which is 51 degrees. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to find y. So in order to do that, I need to move that sine 51 to the other side. And so all I need to do is just multiply both sides by sine 51. And that's going to be equal to y. Pop that in my calc. So let's get it up. Just clear that. Okay, so sine 51 times 3.6 over sine 22. So your answer is 7 point, let's just do one decimal place, 7.5 centimeters. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. That's the only formula you really need to know for finding a side in terms of using the sine rule. But let's have a look at another example. Okay, so same kind of idea. We've got a missing side, missing side, a known side, and two angles. Now what we can do is, to make things a bit clearer, I'm actually going to draw an arrow which faces the angle to the side, to the opposite side, and the angle facing the opposite side. So let's see if we can do this question. So it's A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. So in this case, D is going to be our missing side over sine the angle. So the sine, the opposite angle, is 32 degrees. 5 minutes, as you can see there. And that's going to be equal to 5 over sine 40 degrees, 43 minutes. Okay, so now I need to get the sine 32 degrees of 5 minutes to the other side. We're finding d by itself, getting d by itself. So multiply the other side by 32 degrees, 5 minutes. And then we'll pop in the calculator. So sine 32 degrees, 5 minutes, times 5 over sine 40 degrees, 43 minutes. And our answer should be 4.13 meters. Okay, so do a common sense check. Does it make sense? Well, the other side's 5. This missing one's 4, so yeah, it looks like it could fit. Okay. Let's do this kind of worded one or applied one here. So a park is to have a pathway constructed along one boundary, as shown in the diagram below. Find the length of the path correct to the nearest meter. Okay, so here we're trying to find this pathway. So I'll just highlight that there. And I'm going to label it with an unknown, let's call it x. And I need to use sine rule to work out this missing side. Okay, so let me just write down the formula. A over sine A is equal to B over sine B. Remember, little a, little b are the sides, and big A and big B are the angle. So let's see if we can draw the arrows in. Okay, so here I've got 38 degrees opposite 62 meters. But here I've got 55 degrees opposite this side, which I don't actually want. What I really need is I want this side to be opposite this angle. We've got a problem here, haven't we? We don't actually have an angle representing here. So what do? Well, if you really notice, I've actually got 2 angles already. And I know that in a triangle, there's always 3 angles. And they're going to add up to 180. So that means this missing one here, this angle here, has to be 180 degrees, because there's 180 degrees in a triangle, minus 55 minus 38. So we can work that out. 180 minus 55 minus 38. So that's 87 degrees. Okay, perfect. Now I have a side opposite an angle, and I can work it out. So here we go. A is x over sine A, which is sine 87 degrees, which we just found. And that's going to be equal to B, which is 62 meters, over sine 38. So now it's just like before, get 78, sine 78 on the other side. So sine 87 times 62 over sine 38. Pop that in the calc. Right, 62 over sine 38. And that gives me 100.5, let's call it meters. Okay, so that's a little trick you can do there if you get stuck trying to apply the sine rule, but doesn't seem to be able to work out. So take note of that. All right, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.